even what we are facing in this country.
Yeah, it's like we go through depression every day.
Some people bring this thing upon others without knowing it.
Okay.
Yes, you can cause somebody to be depressed and you won't know this is what you're doing to the person. Do you get?
Yeah.
Probably you have a group of friends. Let's say you are the slim person among this group of friends, and there'll be someone else in the group that'll be like, what's wrong with you? You know the chunk, slim, things like that. To them it might be fun. Yeah. It might be fun, but to you, probably that's not what you want to look like.
Yeah,
that's no case actually, because I grew up with my grandma.
Okay.
So she has this thing of comparing me unknowingly with other children.
Mercy CHINWO was depressed. Yes, Mercy CHINWO. Do you think gospel artists should operate like the secular artists?
They shouldn't.
Wow, but that's their talent. Where are they going to make money from? Where are they going to feed their family?
Wait, I'm not really the church type.
Okay.
Yes, but I don't think it's stated anywhere in the Bible that God's business should be, should
involve money.
Even if it's going to involve money, this kind of deal, getting lawyers, signing contracts and all of that is just too much to me.
Wow. Might have not gotten to this height of being popular because record label, they have this kind of style that they actually do. They put in so much funds, they put in so much strategies to actually make an artist to become that top artist that everybody knows. Then we also had Ashake and Starboy, Big Wiz, yes, on MMS. And then these two songs didn't win, and the award went to Thames. Yeah. So she feels that
I personally, I was actually rooting for Yemi Alade because that's what she does. Right from time, I always listen to her music. I watch her music videos, and she depicts the African setting so.
This particular song, Thames won beats. That's Love Me JJ. Mr. Shodimu, I'm trying to remember his other name now. Is the original writer and singer for this particular song. Good day everyone, wherever you're watching from. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We are live on the Lyte Africa podcast, your number one podcast for trending issues. We give you insightful discussions, conversations on trending issues all over Nigeria, in fact, all over the world. I am Extraordinary Emmanuel. I am not here alone because today we are buzzing into so many discussions. I have the most beautiful, most delicious, whatever adjective I would need to qualify her with. She's here doing.
Hi everyone, good evening and welcome to today's podcast show.
Yeah, today we are going to be having so many discussions and we are going to dissect so many issues. Make sure you are relaxed wherever you are because this show is going to take you on an insightful ride. Doing, I'm sure you're ready to go.
Of course I am.
Okay.
100%.
So, how has your week been?
Stressful. Just stressful.
Just stressful. Like,
stressful.
Can you give us a little bit of what you did during the week? Like,
going from school, trying to balance up my, my business and all of that. So it's been a lot.
Wow.
It's been a lot.
Yeah, my own week has been mixed. I had some days I had to do so many jobs, and some days I had to rest also, and then that's been fun all through, and then we thank God for life. That's the main thing. We are alive, and God is helping us. So our first topic that I'll be talking on is something many of us do not like to talk about. Depression. Depression. Depression is a deep thing because I feel so many of us, we go through this process without letting it out, and I think it's something we need to discuss on today. So I would like you to share yours first, yes, before I going to share my own experience of depression and how I was able to like get out of this depression mood. So would you like to share any experience with us?
Firstly, I would like to, talk about what depression actually means.
Okay.
I would say it is characterized by a mental condition that has to do with feeling of sadness. You get, when you feel hopeless, you lack pleasure in activities, things that on a normal day they interest you. You love doing them, and all of a sudden you stop. You feel worthless and all of that. You get. So that's what I see depression as. And of course, as a typical, let me say, Nigeria, and even what we are facing in this country.
It's like we go through depression every day.
It's just it's enough for us to go through this.
Wow.
But as a person, as a human, you would, one way or the other, have gone through depression, if not intense. So it can be probably because of your family. It can be probably because your marriage. It can be probably because of your business, your education as a student, your society and all of that. Personally, I won't lie, I've gone through it.
Wow.
I have gone through it. And this was as a result of my family.
Okay.
Yes, my family, although they might not be aware of it.
Okay, maybe you should spill the milk.
Spill
the milk,
please. Some people bring this thing upon others without knowing it.
Okay.
Yes, you can cause somebody to be depressed and you won't know this is what you're doing to the person. Do you get?
Yeah.
Yes. For instance, you have probably you have a group of friends. Let's say you are the slim person among this group of friends, and there'll be someone else in the group that'll be like, what's wrong with you? You got the chop.
Yeah, like you too
see
slim.
as you slim. You get things like that. To them it might be fun.
Yeah.
It might be fun. But to you, probably that's not what you want to look like.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
not what you want to be. You get, and you have somebody reminding you of this every day. Me, for my own case, actually, it was I grew up with my grandma.
Okay.
Yes, she's a very nice person. She's the sweetest.
Wow.
To say because I believe she probably has been doing these things without knowing.
Okay.
You get. So she has this thing of getting to compare. Yes, compare. Me, because I stayed with her. I'm the first grandchild.
Wow.
And I stayed with her. So she has this thing of comparing me unknowingly with other children. Do you get?
Yeah.
Yes. So probably I'm doing something and I'm not doing it right. She'll just raise issue of probably another neighbor's daughter from somewhere.
Who is doing well.
Yes.
Like in what area? Can you be more specific?
Like, okay, for instance, if she has been talking to me about something, probably telling me this is how you do this thing, and as somebody that is just growing.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm still young. I'm not well experienced in life. You get, and she has seen a lot of things.
Yeah.
She'll be like, I'm telling you, this is how you do this thing. You don't listen. Now take a look at this person's child. See the way they are striving. See the way they are living their life. Is it not good? But she's just trying to use that as an example. Not like she means any harm or something. But to me, it doesn't sit well with me. So sometimes I won't even say anything. I'll just just go and I'll be like, is it necessary?
Like you just stay alone.
Is
you
it
don't
necessary?
eat.
In fact, it got to a point that I almost started hating those people she's always talking about.
Wow.
And they were my friends.
And she was not seeing it from that angle.
No, she wasn't. She was just trying to, probably if she compares me, if she does that, I would,
become a better person.
I'll do the right thing and stop bringing all those youthful tantrums. You get? Yeah. So, but to me, it didn't sit well at all.
So, like,
it didn't sit well.
During this process, like you said, you felt bad.
Yes.
Like, can you tell us to what extent did you feel bad?
That's why I said I almost started hating those people. Yes. I would see them and I might decide not to talk to them. Again, I used to be this kind of person that once I'm in the midst of my friends, I talk. But once anybody she has compared me with is around
there
me,
in that conversation or your meetings,
I'll just be there.
Wow, you just go off.
I'll just be there. And there's this thing about me, you would always notice I am off. My mood. Yeah. You would always notice it, that I am off. She tried to talk to me about it, but because she was the instigator, she caused it, but I wasn't, that free with her to open, and maybe because she's aged, you get.
Yeah, sure.
Yes,
Maybe
she's-
during their own time, these things were just normal things that parents would tell their children,
Definitely.
and the children
And
would
there's this like funny video that I saw on social media sometimes ago.
Yeah.
Somebody made a content of, when as the Nigerian child you are going through depression and your parents will just come out of nowhere and be like, so person, have you washed the plates today?
Like depression raised to power 2.
African parents should do better, please.
Yeah. They should do better, but I think it has been part of our culture to like see depression as a normal thing.
As a normal thing, not for people of this age.
So the Gen Zs now are not.
Yes,
they are not
it's
agreeing to
something
depression.
we take. No. We take it serious. If you notice this is what this person is battling with, I assume people would want to help.
Sure.
They would want to help. Unlike before, they might just tend to mind their business and be like, you'll sort it out on your own. But now, don't just let them know about it. They would try to raise help and come through for you.
Yeah, sure. That will take us to discussion on mental health, because I'm sure depression is something. It's very, very wide.
It's everywhere.
It's very, very wide.
It's everywhere.
Maybe I should share mine. Mine was, for those people who know me, I'm sure my followers would actually know this story, or my family members very close to me and some of my friends too. In 2022, I was in a relationship. Yes, serious one that was almost leading to probably marriage.
Wow.
Though I was still young, 2022, that was like almost 3 years ago. Yes, minus from my current age. I was still a bit naive, not that experienced.
You don't know much about.
Yes, and what happened was I trusted her so much.
Okay.
Almost everything was
About you.
Yes, I was telling her. She knows almost everything. Gave her a lot, like in terms of cash and kind. Though she gave me 2.
Okay.
She gave me 2, but at this particular point, what happened was she got into trouble at her place of work.
Okay.
And all this led into maybe somebody has done something wrong and you have to stand in for the person. And then you are trying to defend the person, but the person is not even giving you the reason why you should. You get.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was asking questions like, what is going on? But she was not saying anything.
And
She was just telling me, let's go through this, like, when we are done with it. But damn it, I was depressed.
Oh.
Like, every day, once I wake up, I was just like, God, this is another day to depression. Like, there are days that...
For something you didn't cause.
Like...
For an issue that you were not involved in.
Sincerely, there were days that I wouldn't even taste food. I wouldn't even taste food because I would just be thinking, God, what am I doing? What have I done? Like, what am I going through? Like, I didn't cause anything.
And that's because of how much you're used to her.
I was so used to her. So maybe like you just pointed out something now. Maybe sometimes when we rely too much on people and not God, and they fail us somehow, we feel depressed.
That's just human nature. It's one thing we should always take into consideration. Humans will always be humans. They can't always be there. No matter what.
Yeah.
They can't always be there. So you should know, if somebody promises to do this thing for you, you should always have a backup plan, because anything can just happen.
Wow, backup plan.
Backup plan, yes, for real. Anything can happen. So you're trying to probably get a job somewhere, and somebody has assured you, don't worry. When you get there, you call me. When I talk to the person, I'll let the person know that I am this, I am that. On getting to the place, you try to reach the person, and the person is nowhere to be found. Tell me, won't the person be depressed? It will definitely cause issue. So on that note, if you probably have applied to other places because you are seeking employment, you've applied to other places. Okay, this one has failed. Let me move on to the next one. It won't really affect you.
Yeah.
You might only be disappointed in that person, but it won't really affect you. So we should always have, like a plan, and we shouldn't let things get to us. We should build ourselves so things won't really get to us.
Talking about plans And I remember what one of my friends actually said. He said, when your enemies, they do something bad to you, like you don't feel that bad because they are already your enemies. But your friends, your best of friends, when they do something bad to you, like the way you are going to feel from 100, it just drops to 0.
Definitely, yes. Because you didn't expect that from them. Yes.
At all.
It's like placing someone very high and the person ends up coming down. So
yeah, now talking about depression, because we still need to go a little bit deep before we go to our next topic. I'm sure our viewers are getting the insight of what we are trying to talk about, because I'm sure 1 or 2 persons or even more watching this video, they are going through depression. One thing I want to make clear is, certainly you would go through this level in one way or the other in your lifetime. Yes, it might even be multiple times. But one thing I'm sure of is, if you try to just put your trust on God, you would go through that process and you come out fine. One thing I want us to point out is healing from depression. Like, how did you heal from depression? Like, that your case, I'm talking about your grandma. She was not saying it as doing something wrong, but you felt that way. So how did you heal?
I have a best friend. We are still together today. We've been friends since, let's say, 15 years ago.
Okay.
We've been friends. So I have that girl. So once she notices I'm off, she already knows what happened.
Okay.
She already knows. So, she would try to talk to me. And sometimes I would not be yielding. I would not listen to her. I would just be like, let me be on my own. And she would leave me. Not like she's angry at that moment because I'm not talking to her.
Okay.
Yeah, she would just leave me, to cool down. And later on, she would come back to me and, try to talk to me. Let me see and explain to me how things are, how I should see it and how I should react. Yeah. So she was like, God really just blessed me with that girl. So she has been there and she's still there for me.
Wow, so
when it comes to issues like that,
she was your point of
like
healing.
my human therapy.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, so she has always been there, talking to me, always calling to check up on me. So whenever that thing happens like that, I don't take it to heart anymore, like before. Yes, I don't take it to heart. So I even call her and we just gist about it, and that shows how much I've gotten over that particular thing. Yeah, so it's a help you get. So when you surround yourself with people,
people with good people,
yes, that can relate to that kind of thing you're going through. Yeah. Because some people are just unreasonable.
Yeah, they will make mockery of you.
That's just
my own situation. One of my best friends, after sharing what happened, like, man, this guy just went on telling other people the other side of what really happened. And in fact, it made me more depressed. But thank God, my family members were there. I also had some reasonable friends. We spoke about it, and then with time, it took me a while before I was able to heal. Like, I would even say probably last year. Okay. It took me like 2 years. I was on that journey of healing. Yes, it took me a while, and then
healing takes time actually.
Yeah.
Takes time.
Yeah, but thank God we are here today.
Another thing is, finding something that interests you. You get finding something that interests you, because when you're always on your own, sometimes you tend to think things that you're not supposed to think of.
Okay.
You tend to get involved in things that you're not supposed to think. So when you find a particular hobby. This is what I like doing.
Yeah.
Yes, and get more involved in that thing. I think it helps as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it helps when you find a particular hobby and you're always on it. So it helps you overcome depression as well.
Yeah. Okay. On depression, we move to the next topic. This one is buzzing everywhere online. Like, Mercy Chinwo was depressed. Yes, Mercy Chinwo was depressed.
That's why she came out to talk about
and Very Dark Man has added to her depression. So, our next topic now is Very Dark Man versus Mercy Chinwo versus EEZEE concept. Like, Mercy Chinwo sandwiched between VDM and EEZEE concept.
Yeah.
So I've been following this story since I think last week or 2 weeks ago. Yes, when Mercy Chinwo brought out her own video, EEZEE concept also, and suddenly, boom, VDM came into the picture, and now it is something else. So what can you say about this saga?
Firstly, I think she's a gospel artist.
Sure.
So I've been thinking, when did gospel, anything that is godly related, when did it turn to business? When did it become business oriented? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
When did it become business? Because the amounts I've been hearing, $275, $350. You're supposed to be working for God.
Yeah.
And it's not supposed to involve that kind of things. You get, taking yourself to court and all of that. When everything started happening, she would have noticed it.
Yeah.
It's a thing she can call
that's EEZEE concept.
EEZEE concept.
Yeah.
Yes, and talk things about the issue with him. You get. But I read it that after everything, after she breached the contract rather, she took him to EFCC custody at Ilorin.
Yeah.
At Ilorin, not even in
Lagos.
At Ilorin. And now she came out and started talking. People would see that video now and think she's being mistreated. You get, because you've retaliated. Me, the video did not sit well with me actually. Because
is it CHINWO's video?
It didn't sit well with me.
But she was emotional in that video.
She has retaliated already. Assuming she hasn't done anything, she hasn't taken any step.
Yeah.
Before making that video, yes, you will see that a lot of people would be on her side.
Okay.
But she has retaliated by taking this man to the EFCC custody, and he spent over a week there before they released him.
Okay,
In custody, yes. So making that video and trying to be emotional, she knows Nigerians actually.
That we play with emotions very well.
When you come outside and you try to play the victim, you will definitely get more people on your side.
I hope you're not going to get bashing on this because sincerely, when I started following up with this saga, one thing I noticed is as Nigerians, we take sides even without actually getting the facts.
Yes.
VDM might be correct and it might be wrong. Same thing as EEZEE concept, same thing as CHINWO. Up till now, we don't really know who is saying the truth.
That I really don't have any issue with this thing. For asking for royalty and all of that.
Yes.
It's definitely ready.
But let's just throw this in. Do you think gospel artists should operate like the secular artists?
They shouldn't.
Wow, but that's their talent. Where are they going to make money from? Where are they going to feed their family?
I'm not really the church type.
Okay.
Yes, but I don't think it's stated anywhere in the Bible that God's business should be, should involve
money.
Even if it's going to involve money, this kind of deal, getting lawyers, signing contracts and all of that is just too much to me.
Wow.
Because it's God's business.
Maybe this is why I respect Dusi Oyinkan. I don't know. I respect him so much because I've not had any saga
about him
in regards to record label or with any artist at all.
Being alone does not mean you can't excel.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you can't excel, though it might take time. When you want to venture into something and you get help from other people or from a source, it tends to, boom faster.
Sure.
Other than doing that thing on yourself. But doing it by yourself, rather, does not mean you won't get the result you want.
Okay.
Only that it would take time.
Yes.
So I guess she already got herself involved in this before realizing that that she can actually strive on her own without the help of others. Because she's talented. Yes, now she's talented.
Certainly.
She's talented. So I believe she would have, be better off on her own.
But she might have not gotten to this height of being popular because record label, they have this kind of style that they actually do. They put in so much funds.
Yes.
They put in so much strategies to actually make an artist to become that top artist that everybody knows.
We have secular musicians that are not on the record label and they're doing well.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. So And besides, you are doing the work of God. God will not leave you wanting now. He will not leave you lacking. He will definitely come through for you. Because you are working for him. You get. So I think she relied too much on the what would I call it?
The record label, the contract and everything.
She relied too much on it. So that's the reason for all this passion she's getting.
So Mr. VDM, wherever you're watching, I don't know why you are eating back and forth in this case. So just let this woman have a peace, please. That's one thing I would just say, like just let this woman be have a rest.
Because actually we women, the way we tend to handle issues. Yes, when it comes to issues like this, we just act irrationally. Like sometimes we don't even think. Because that thing has, eaten deep.
Deep in her.
Yes, it has eaten deep.
But she has had discussions with her husband, certainly, and some other people. For her to mention Pastor Jerry EEZEE, mention Nathaniel Bassey, it seems she would have had this conversation with them before she actually mentioned their names.
I just think, we know that EEZEE Concept is not on good terms with these people.
Yeah.
So perhaps she just brought those people in to make
to gain more points. And I think that's one point VDM also was against. Like, why did you have to bring in these people's name? Why did you have to cry?
The person you're working for does not relate with them. So definitely you're still under him. There are some rules he would make that will not, sit well with you. But you don't have a choice.
Sure.
You don't have a choice because this person is helping you. You are literally still under him. So you have to do some of the things he asks you to do. You have to do some of the things you'd rather want it to be in your own way, but you would listen to his own instruction because you're still under him. You get. So I think she didn't stick to that.
She just played her own card, like, let me just do it my own way.
Yes. She didn't stick to
I think one lesson I've learned from this saga, which is very important for every one of us to learn, is when you have a fight with person A, don't try to bring in person B into the issue. Yes, because she trying to bring in Pastor Jerry EEZEE, Nathaniel Bassey's case into the fights or the quarrel you have with this person.
When you know the people you are trying to bring in are not on good terms
with him.
So it just doesn't.
So let's live a free life. This will now take us to another issue, very, very important one, like the Grammys. Like, man, I couldn't sleep that night because I was trying to follow up on the update and see what is going on, especially on the African categories. Yes.
African music performance.
And boom. Thames won.
Congratulations to her.
Congratulations to Thames.
Congratulations to her. She made us have a peaceful night's rest.
No, I don't get that point. Peaceful night rest. In what sense? In what sense, please?
It would have been a lot.
Okay,
it would have been a lot.
If see, let me just break whatsoever thing she's trying to bring out. If Davido had won, that is if sensational, because Chris Brown, Davido, Luje song and sensational was part of that category. Then we also had Ashake and Starboy, Big Wiz, on MMS. And then these two songs didn't win, and the award went to Thames. So she feels that there was no fights, online fights, 30 BG versus Whiskey FC. So we have relative peace online. But I don't think we before we even go to Whiskey FC, 30 BG and their bands, in regards to this current what's it called now, Grammys. Let's even talk about Thames. Like, did you really feel she was supposed to win that award on that category?
Actually, I was rooting for Yemi Alade.
Wow, Yemi Alade. I didn't even see her in that picture. Like, though I saw that and I followed all through that she was also in that category. I didn't even see her winning.
African music performance. I feel like Yemi Alade, she depicts Africa setting in her music so much.
Okay, so Thames does not.
She's good. I'm not saying Thames is not good, but Personally, I was actually rooting for Yemi Alade because that's what she does. Right from time, I always listen to her music. I watch her music videos, and she depicts the African setting so much.
Well.
Yes, in her music videos.
So you felt like she should have been given that award.
Yes.
Okay. That's another angle. Me, I didn't see it from that aspect because though the song to Tomorrow was a lovely song. It's a lovely song, but you know, this particular song Thames won with, that's Love Me Jeje. Mr. Shodimu, I'm trying to remember his other name now, is the original writer and singer for this particular song, and I actually read online, I followed through to know that he actually was trying to promote this song outside Nigeria, like in Europe and in America, and they didn't really appreciate the song. But that same song was now sung by Thames. So some people felt like maybe Thames is doing some underground things to win the award because Tiwa Savage has been there, Yemi Alade has been there. So how is this new girl like to African music? To us in Nigeria, we still see Thames as upcoming. Yes. Actually, yes. So how did she get to win this award?
They will definitely have something to say. The same thing happened with this is this South Africa girl when Tyler.
Yes, Tyler.
When she won that time
last year.
Yes, and I think Arasa was also on that same. With that, and she didn't win. So people had something. They had a lot to say. Probably she went, she had seen the Grammy management and probably
maybe she don't put her back down.
We never can tell.
I heard that, but I don't think so. I don't think Thames looks she looks decent. Yeah, she looks decent. She looks very decent.
So you're judging with her appearance now?
No, not by her appearance. Like she does things smartly. Like, if you follow people online and you see the way the things they post, the content they put out there, and you follow through with their shows. There was even a time Whiskey tried to hug her and carry her on stage, and she rejected. All those kind of things will give you this feeling that this person is actually a decent kind of person. So I don't think she would have done something like that. But to me, I don't think Thames should have won. Like 30 BG don't come for me. MMS should have won, sincerely, because
it's actually
Ashake and Whiskey on MMS is actually great. In fact, to me, it was one of my best songs of 2024. Wow. So I was expecting the song to win, and riding on it that Whiskey already has this fame and he has this Grammy touch already.
You're expecting that the song will definitely win.
Yes, go to him, and Ashake too is on the buzz right now.
They decided to just shock people,
They should not shock us again. But the 30 BG fans would have felt like sensational, great song. You have Chris Brown, multiple times Grammy award winning artist.
If I wasn't rooting for Yemi Alade's Tomorrow, I would have gone for sensational.
But it's not African.
Honestly,
it's not African.
But it was on the list.
So you should have just gone to
that category. Yes.
So because they placed it on the category, now we are not looking at the Africanness of the song, because to me the song is more of American.
But we have an African artist in the music.
Oh, so it means that once we have an African artist
in the music, so
it means that if a Fuji musician sings R and B, we can still put that song in the Fuji category. Yes, maybe that's what you're trying to say. But,
please, Emmanuel, don't come for me, please.
No, I'm not coming for you. Maybe the FCs will come for you and the 30 BGs will come for me. We are up for this. Bring it on. My sister is actually a 30 BG.
Wow.
And I saw that she was like rooting out Davido to win the first Grammy. But shout out to Davido. He actually did so well last year. Unavailable was a banger.
Right.
Feel It was also another big hit. Shout out to Whiskey too.
They've all been
out
doing
it
great.
out. Yeah.
They've been doing great. No bad songs from any of them.
Are you sure?
To be sincere.
Okay, if I may ask you now, choose Whiskey or Davido.
Don't make me do that.
So you don't want to choose.
Don't make me do.
I think people know that I actually prefer Whiskey.
Okay.
Yes, to Davido. I prefer
Davido,
Whiskey.
okay.
Yes, I don't know why, but I think because I've been following him. Like Whiskey started this new generation of Afrobeat style, and everybody trying to love this how will I put it now, young guys coming into the music industry?
As for me, I don't have any hate for any of them actually.
No, it's not like it. I love the video too.
I don't
No, you don't do this. I love the video too. I beg.
Why I don't like this FC we are talking about? I love this kid. He's a cool guy. No matter what they bring online to say about him, he's proud. He doesn't help. All of this, I don't care.
Okay.
Probably that's his kind of person. So you can't deal with that for him. You get, but you know his fans. I see them to be very toxic.
Wow.
You.
Well,
people,
no, it's good to support your faith
these
now.
people
It's
are
good to
very
support your faith. It means that the fan base is really strong.
They are it's not
So
about being
what of the
strong.
30 BGs? But the 30 BGs too go against the FCs
compare
now.
what they do with what these FC, what they do. Oh God.
Wow.
They can come for you anywhere, anytime. They don't care about who you. In fact, Whiskey already. He has them already.
He has them
already.
He's good to go with them, right?
Yes. He
loves his fans.
He doesn't have a problem with them.
Yeah,
He does not have a problem with what they do.
At all.
He doesn't have a problem.
It's cool.
It's all, I don't just like
it's
them.
Cool.
I don't like
But let's still go back to the Grammys. Kendrick Lamar actually got 5 awards from throwing shades on Drake, like back to back, and people were actually saying he shouldn't have gotten like 5, probably 2 or 3. In some categories they felt like he shouldn't have won. So what do you think?
I think the measure we give to getting the award, the Grammy award, is what is different from what Grammy, put into consideration.
Okay.
They think, he shouldn't have gotten the awards because of, the shades he has been throwing at Drake. But I think Grammy would have seen something that made them give him up to that award. 5, that's a lot.
A lot.
That's a lot.
That's a
lot. And some people didn't even get any.
At all. So, please, the people that didn't get, we are not pointing on that, please.
So, I'm just trying to say, Grammy would have seen something that made them, that made them think is well deserving of the award.
Yeah, sure.
That's what I feel about.
Sure. So shout out to Thames, shout out to Wiz, Ashake,
shout out to all the nominees, shout out to everybody.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
They really tried. They really tried. I think Afrobeat is up there now, and we need to appreciate our superstars for what they're actually doing. Yeah, we've had a wonderful time today. Discussing depression. We shared our own sides and how we can really get out of depression. Yeah, we also spoke on CHINWO, VDM, EEZEE concepts, and also ending with the Grammys. Shout out to Thames again.
Yes.
I think she shouldn't have, but she won it, so I don't have any issues with that. Congratulations to Thames. Congratulations.
Yes.
So we have come to the end of the show today. We wish we would have continued, but we end the show here today. Doing is lovely having you on the show today.
Thank you so much.
And I'm sure the next one is going to be more superb. So please follow us on all social media networks, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We are Lyte Africa. On TikTok, we are Lyte Africa TV1. Make sure to follow us for more of this. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.